Hi everybody, I hope you're enjoying my videos. We're just going to go through some nuts today, just to give you an example of the different styles and kinds that they have out there. So the first one we have is, this is your basic, it's called a Nylock nut. And it's like a regular nut, except it has a nylon insert in here. So when you tighten it on the bolt, the nylon bites into the bolt, into the threads, and it won't back off. Here's another style. Now, unlike the fasteners on these nuts, the color does make a difference on grade. So the zinc plated one, the one that is silver, this one here is a grade 5. This one that is zinc dichromate, golden color, is a grade 8. So this is definitely a stronger bolt. The color does make a difference when you're talking about Nylock nuts. The next type of locking nut that we have is, it's called an all metal nut. And basically it has these 3 crimps that when you put the bolt in, you always put the bolt in from the opposite side. And when it comes through these crimps, the crimps actually hold the nut tight. These nuts are really good if you're doing a frame repair, something where there's a lot of vibration, and they're good for exhaust, somewhere where there's high heat temperatures. These Nylock nuts are not good in a high heat temperature area, because the Nylock, the plastic in there, will melt, and then the nut will back off. So these are good for high vibration, high heat areas. This is another type of nut that is called a serrated flange nut. So this nut, as you can see, almost has like a washer built onto the nut. And the other feature it has is underneath, it has these serrations that when you tighten the nut on, it actually bites into the material that you're tightening it on, and it will, when you go to take it off, these little barbs here will bite into the material, and it will not come loose. These are good in a lot of different applications. They use them again in exhaust on vehicles. They use these type of nuts, and they work pretty well. Another type of nut is, this is called a Kep's nut. And what it is, it's a regular nut, but it has a star washer on the end of it. So when you tighten this nut up, these little tangs will bend back, and the nut will tighten on the center, and it will lock it in place so it will not back off. The next style of nut we have is basically called a coupling nut. And what it is, it's a long nut full of threads on the inside, and it's basically meant if you wanted to couple 2 pieces of thread rod together, a bolt on either end. If you wanted to make a linkage for like a carburetor linkage or clutch linkage, you could put a piece of threaded rod in there to lengthen. They also use them to hang pipe and furnaces in the HVAC industry. So that's just a brief description of some of the nuts that are available out there. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and if you have any questions, send them off to me, and there will be a few more videos coming on fasteners, and then we're going to move on to a different segment. Thank you. Have a good night.